Hmm.
Good morning and welcome to the Today's Restaurant Networking Group. Today is July the 10th. I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant, and we are a group of vendors in the restaurant industry who meet every week to try and help each other grow our businesses and also to help any restaurant owner, manager, or chef who might have a problem or an issue. And we're here to help you with that. So if you'd like to attend the meeting, give us a call at 561 620 8888. And if you're a restaurant owner, a manager, or a chef, also give us a call at 561 620 8888 and go to our website at trnusa.com. So, good morning, everybody. And we have a couple of new people here this morning I'd like to introduce. Number one, Justin, uh, if you could just tell us who you are, what you do, where you're located, and how we can reach you.
Oh yeah,
Matthew, you want to introduce him? And Kevin, you guys want to introduce him?
Uh,
sure.
this is
So,
networking in progress right here.
how you guys
Uh,
doing?
Kevin and I, we're all friends on these calls, and I get a call from Kevin, who has a call from his guy Adam, who has a friend who has a chef named Justin, and it turned around. And basically Justin and I connected. We had a great conversation earlier in the week, and I thought it would be a great person to come and meet everybody and talk about what he's doing because everyone is involved, and he's in a good situation to be of help.
Absolutely. So Chef and I have had an opportunity to work together for an extended period of time. Exceptional skill set in the kitchen, um, bar none, and just a wonderful leader in how he interacts with his team and engages them and shows them incredible levels of respect. So I've learned a lot about him over time, and I certainly would endorse him with any opportunities that are available for sure.
Now you got a big head, Justin. You got to live up to that.
Yeah, well, thanks a ton, both Kevin and Matt. Just a quick rundown on me. Bulk of my experience, 20 years blooming brands. Spent 10 at Roy's Hawaiian Fusion. Moved around the country, did a few things with them. They were with Bloomin' Brands, and I transitioned to the corporate side of Bloomin' about 2013, where I essentially was doing R&D, and I touched every brand from Bonefish, Outback, Carrabba's, Fleming's. I even, worked on the international side of things as well. What brought me to the path with Kevin and Adam that they just talked about? I left Bloomin'. I started my own kind of quick casual sushi bowls and rolls concept in Tampa. And that dovetailed into an opportunity to get with Adam, who I had known from my background with Roy's over 10, 20 years ago. And he was doing something new in the entertainment realm, and was very exciting. He was looking to kind of build out his back of the house program. And that's what I had worked on for about the past 2.5 years. We opened earlier this year, and just ran into a few issues with some of the landlord and some of the construction. Some things happened that kind of derailed what was going on there. And I kind of connected via Kevin with Matt, and just looking to network and get my name out there, see how I can be of assistance to anybody, or anybody has any links to any opportunities that would be beneficial to me, and vice versa. So that's my quick rundown. I heard that
where,
20 second. I tried to make it slim. So
where are you located?
Perfect.
I'm currently in Spring Hill, Florida. That's my home base.
Okay.
But traveling, the restaurant that we opened up for Play Sporting Lounge, which was the entertainment concept, was in Doral, Florida. So I was doing some commuting to make that happen, which is part of the game.
Hmm.
But I am based in Spring Hill, Florida, about
Okay.
45 minutes north of Tampa.
Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we have a new face here again from Sven. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I think I've met a bunch of you during the combined sessions, but I've made the jump from the 9 a.m. to this 11 a.m. meeting. I think there's obviously a bunch more participation and more folks on this group, so excited to have made the move over. I am the founder of a company called ProTier, Pro-Tier, protier.com. We have a very flexible and customizable employee benefit solution that's designed specifically for restaurant situations. So owners can set up subsidy amounts that are dollar denominated and pay different contributions to different roles within a restaurant. And we also have an hour-based system. So if the owner doesn't want to constantly figure out the eligibility requirements and the audits, you can contribute towards those subsidies in an hour-based amount. A lot of restaurants are using us, and the main reason they enunciate is the ability to help them recruit and retain the best talent. Obviously, it's a pretty competitive labor market out there, and so being able to offer benefits to small mom and pop businesses often allows them to compete with the big boys. So, Justin, we have a referral program, so any restaurants that implement our solution, and everyone else in this call as well, any group that implements us, we pay $500 for the lead when that company goes live. I can be contacted at sven@protier.com, sven@pro-tier.com. My phone number is 415-857-5048, and we have all kinds of details and contact forms on protier.com. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you. I think we're going to turn the floor over to Stefanie, who is going to give us a presentation this morning. I forgot the subject, Stefanie.
It was a request for communication-based technology threats. So that's what I put together with a combination of other extremely important things as well.
Okay, the floor is all yours.
Fantastic. So I'll share my screen and put this here, I guess.
Do you need to share the screen?
Yes.
Should be okay.
All right, citizen request. Okay, and it's going to be that one. All right, you guys can see it?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. So just to put my intro here, get that over and done with. Mark and I, my father and I, are Brilliant Computers. Mark has been running this company by himself really for over 35 years. I've come in and out and helped throughout my young adult and adulthood for various reasons, but now I'm working full-time with the company, running the company, adjusting what we're able to offer to better meet the increasing security risk environment. We're offering more managed services. I'm going to go a little bit more into that here. But, of course, we're still your neighborhood break and fix people when you do need that. And our contact information is right there on the bottom right. Our phone, 561-877-1119, and our email addresses are right there as well. So today we'll go over information security, phishing and spoofing, how to spot and handle phishing attempts, because there's never enough conversations about that. I mean, even this morning, one of my clients who are in the top performing spam filters for their business email got a fake, fraudulent, nonsense email this morning. And of course, they had to go and push the button. Yes, this is spam. Please block this, right? Domain and DNS, which was something that was requested, and of course, how to contact us. Super quick, won't spend a huge amount of time on this one. This is extremely important. Ransomware. This is where people go wrong. They let the wrong people into their computers. They give the wrong information over to people. Sometimes you don't even know that you've given somebody unattended access to your device, where this can happen just on your break, where you leave your computer and your programs open. So keep your info safe. We're going to try to go over some security suggestions. If you want to click on a link in an email, that moment where it goes, well, let me just click on it to see if this is legit. That's where you stop yourself, right? You can hover and look at the link, or you can right click and copy link address and put it in like a text file or like somewhere where you can see what the link actually is. And a lot of the time you're going to see tracking or some kind of malicious link. Now, if you've been attacked or if you suspect you've been attacked, take the computer or the device off the internet or network immediately. The easiest way is to fully shut it down. If you know how to turn off your network or unplug your Ethernet cord, however you're connected, you're welcome to do that as well. If you get infected with ransomware, any devices that are connected to that device would also be affected. And again, even the best firewall, spam filters, anti-malware, virus programs, it will not prevent you from getting a ransomware attack. If you click on that link, you open the gateway for the attack. So this is extremely important to know and understand. Also, quick note on rogue websites. They look really scary, but they're web-based. They're through the browser. And as soon as you close out of Chrome or whichever browser you're in, the easiest way is right-click your toolbar, go to Task Manager, find your browser, right click and task. Now, when you go to open your browser again, it's going to ask if you want to restore your tabs and you say no. If you get that far and you get concerned still, you can still call us. If you want us to walk you through that, give us a call. Spoofing and phishing, I mean, it is the worst it's ever been. I made this in this slide a couple years ago, and I mean, it's really, I was reading it and I mean it's bumped up here, right? It's when scammers are pretending to be someone else to steal your data, or money, to spread viruses, malware. They can intercept wires. They can get your mailing lists. It's really hard to identify because Howard Appel could send me an email. It says Howard Appel and it has his signature maybe, or branding from, but you hover over it and it says like Howard Appel at gmail.com, or some kind of domain that's not trnusa.com, and yeah, anyway, I could talk so much about it, but I know time is of the essence. And truthfully, when in doubt, reach out. Phishing is when they actually are going fishing for your information, right? They're actually looking to collect information that they can use maliciously or share. And so again, do not hesitate to contact us. When in doubt, reach out. And when you enter and share sensitive information, I know this for a fact, I am a trustworthy source. If I'm working on your computer and you feel comfortable sharing your passwords with me, I'm not going to take them down unless you give me permission to do so. I'm going to put them exactly where they're supposed to go for the intended purposes, right? But I see how comfortable people are with people, sometimes new people, sharing your information. Do your research, make sure you know who you're working with. Make sure that you're calling the number on your back of your card, not the number in the email from the bank. So infrastructure and weak points. We need to analyze physical, network, and supply chain vulnerabilities to allow attackers easy ingress behind corporate defense lines. Like I said, you can have the best filters, the best protection on your device, the best firewall, the best team who's managing it and keeping it up to date. And I mean, it's literally as easy as clicking a link, because those links sometimes can have code written in that literally give whatever malicious, actor permissions to do whatever it is they're trying to do, right? So there's AI phishing, there's vishing clones, there's automated smishing, which is like text messages and things like that. So make sure that you know with your bank how you're signed up for alerts. Make sure that those alerts are active, set up to the correct and current contact methods. When you get a phone call from a spam, sometimes I have to answer those, especially if my dad's out of town and I'm getting all the business calls. And of course, the instinct is to go, this is Stefanie with Brilliant Computers, right? And this is going on YouTube. Like, no matter what, I know that I'm at risk of somebody doing this to me. But the point is it doesn't take very much for them to be able to impersonate you in a phone call to a loved one. And of course, AI phishing can use buckets of data to basically increase their chances of getting away with what they're trying to do. On top of this, we have people, which I heard on NPR, this is really happening. There are people that are getting kind of taken, right, and brought to these spam centers where they basically are forced to work and make calls. And so it's a real thing that's being talked about. I mean, 3.4 billion phishing emails dispatched daily, and I honestly would think that would be an understatement, by the amount that I'm seeing blocked by these spam filters. And that's only what's being blocked. I have clients who have had financial deals intercepted where they sent money to the wrong person. We'll talk a little bit about how to prevent those, but like I was talking about the voice cloning, right? So this has spiked. I started hearing about it as early as 2018, where a woman I was working with had a phone call from her son in jail who was needing bail money. She wired the money. Of course, it wasn't him. Identity verification failures. So, things like this to continue. Um, Read it, see it. It's available online. Not much more to say on that. Targeted industries. Of course, I've got clients that are financial services. I have healthcare services clients. I have government and civil water, maintenance type clients. It's important to be aware of the type of risks that you have for your industry. Um, Restaurant as well. Like I said, things have really increased. Phishing emails are definitely one of the most popular for sure. And then malicious websites. I mean, my website one time was protected, and somebody somehow managed to inject an interception where we would go to our agent forms to fill out our normal forms. This is what we've done today at a client, and all of a sudden it brought us to another website. So of course we fixed it, but it can happen to anyone. So securing your cloud posture. A lot of your professionals, your website developers, your domain maintenance team, if you're self-managing through GoDaddy, get their support on the line, ask them how you can protect your domain, how you can protect your emails. Microsoft 365 and a lot of the business emails have a lot of their own protection in place. In fact, Microsoft 365 licenses have recently increased in cost in coordination with increased vulnerability protection and AI-enabled performance. But yeah, like I said, it started off with spam, maybe emails or letters in the mail. And now it's, full on interactive deep fake videos, custom voice clones. I mean, it's big. So zero trust architectures, I'm always going to suggest two-factor authentication. I know it's a pain in the butt. If you have a bunch of clients or not clients, oh my gosh. If you have a bunch of employees, right, and you have them on Microsoft 365, you can either choose to have them have their own Microsoft Authenticator app on their phone tied to their account, or you can have one dedicated or two dedicated managers who have these authentication methods and would need to approve sign-ins and things like that. Multi-factor workflows, right? If you're doing a wire, right? Don't accepting the account information as enough, right? Have points of contact, the person that you speak with on a regular basis, so on and so forth. That's just one way to reduce the risk. Having real-time network behavior analysis engines like Checkpoint, which is what we use for spam filtering for email now. It's AI enabled. You can train it. It learns the behavior, the types of emails coming into your organization before we deploy it officially. And just like this morning, if something gets through, you just tell it that got through, and it'll definitely adapt and hopefully better, catch these things proactively instead of having to rely on some kind of database that a human is rolling out, right? DNS is the GPS of our business. When you have Microsoft 365 emails, but your domain is with GoDaddy, you tell your domain using DNS records to send that email to Microsoft 365. And so having someone who manages DNS, keeping an eye on that security. Basically moving through the end of this. So yeah, also protecting GoDaddy. Imagine someone gets a hold of your GoDaddy credentials and changes your two-factor authentication or something, like then all of a sudden, now that affects business emails, everything. So the 3 golden defenses are registry lock. So that can be done. So if you, like I said, have GoDaddy, make sure that 2-factor is in place. Make sure you only have those credentials to trusted people. Multi-factor authentication on phones, things like security keys and Microsoft Authenticator are better than just text messages. They're just more secure. They change rapidly, like every 30 seconds. And then DNS SEC signing, that's also done through whoever manages your domain. So, like we've said, always enable 2FA. Use a password manager or secure spreadsheet to organize unique and hard to guess passwords. Change them often. And don't leave your computer screen open unless you're expecting like somebody to meet, like me, if I'm doing computer maintenance and I say, hey, leave your computer on today for, I'm going to jump in around this time. But other than that, if you're walking out on break, lock your screen, close out your sensitive information. Cloud backup, encrypted cloud backup with retention for deleted items. We have services for that. And we do manage PC monitoring. Obviously, all these things I've already talked about. And that is our contact information. So, anybody have any questions? I know that was a lot, but it's important.
That was great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Kudos.
Thank you.
Terrific.
Stephanie, I had a situation recently where I was on a referral website and somebody wanted to have a video conference and they sent us a link. Fortunately, I did not click on the link. I didn't go on the call, but the other person who did had an Apple computer. So they were okay, but I understand now, and it seems to have infected this site, that there is a flaw in Microsoft 365 or Microsoft, 11, I don't know what it is, but they're using the link to, which is a fake link to a video call link, and it's taking over your computer.
Well, I've had people call me and be like, oh my God, I'm sitting here and somebody's like in my Google Chrome right now logging into my accounts. What do I do? And they've watched. People that Mark have worked with have watched a malicious attacker come into their computer and literally empty their bank account. And the crazy part about all of this is that if you're informed and you shut the dang computer off and call us, then we can likely stop it before any real harm has happened. But it's just, people don't know. It's just really easy to get scared because someone says, oh my gosh, if you don't make a payment right now, we're canceling your service, right? Like a lot of us are just doing our jobs, running a business, as I know, it takes a lot, right? I'm running a business and providing technical support. And so I'm seeing, just how much time it can take to manage this stuff. And there's no way that anybody running a business really has the time to proactively manage. And, things like Apple computers, right? I think that because everything's iCloud based, if you're running out of space, you're probably going to get these notifications just like Google Drive does. Like, you got to add more space, or do whatever it is, right? But a C drive, unless you have something set up, you're never going to get some kind of just random alert that says, hey, you're at 20% or less of space available on your C drive. Those are the things that we can help with, for sure.
Steph, can I have the screen back, please?
Yeah. And
Howard, I got a question.
Yeah, I do too. Go ahead, Bill.
I got my hand up there. Stefanie, brilliant. You did well. Great. I have a question though. When your screen comes up and it blocks you and it just says you've been hacked or you've been scammed or whatever, and it blocks you and you can't get out of it. Is that just not a company that's trying to get you to buy from them because and they say don't shut down your screen, don't it'll be compromised, blah blah blah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yeah, those are usually just rogue websites. I'm trying to stop sharing my screen, but it's not. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay.
There you
So
go.
yeah, those are rogue websites most of the time. They're fake.
Okay. Because I have that happen at least once a month, and so
Oh yeah, and Chrome. Here's the really messed up part, and the thing that kind of frustrates me a bit is that this is why your accounts specifically have to have these extra layers of protection in them. Even Google, right? Like you don't want someone just signing into your Google account and having access to your passwords and your bookmarks, and because all they have to do is click on the bookmark, use the pre-entered sign-in information and proceed, right? So, but if you have the two-factor in place, they're stopped, right? There's limits that they hit, but no matter what, if you don't have that two-factor in place, but the browser is only protected what's built into the browser, right? What extensions you've put into the browser, what precautions you take within the browser, because it's its own application. The computer can only stop, say, maybe the pop-ups or what's coming with what you tried to download. Sometimes when I go to do this remote access, the computer will pop up being like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Run anyway, or because it's trying to protect people. It really is.
Kevin's got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So Stephanie, oddly enough, over the last week, 3 times yesterday, I'm getting an email. It's from a random name to another random name. It's not my name. It's not my email address.
Yeah.
It's a PDF. It says, thank you for your order. And then it has a bunch of, a bunch of code, some numbers, some letters, some dashes. So obviously I'm not opening it. I'm blocking it.
Yeah.
But
and just continue repeating.
Are you seeing a lot of that all of a sudden?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Okay.
And if I go into my junk folder, because I've had my Yahoo account for so long, it's a personal email. Like I've marked things as spam enough, and I'm sure AI is starting to roll out to all these backgrounding. Because even Google, even Yahoo, they don't really want these malicious links like sitting in their system. But ones that they're not sure about go into the junk folder, and I have like bills and all kinds of just fake junk in that junk folder that like are totally fake for subscriptions that I don't have. I'm not being billed, and I just either leave them there or empty that junk folder every so often. But if anything ever gets into my main mailbox, the best thing you can do is just right click it, mark as spam. You'll start telling your management that you know what I mean. They'll start blocking it eventually. But they're just going to keep picking up and coming.
Stephanie, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Well, what you said, never share your password. What's the best way to manage all your passwords? What the best way to because there are
Great
people
question.
that, I don't know if they're companies or it's part of the service of the server.
Well, I use IT glue for me, but I also have password protected sheets. And those, the password is extremely complicated. It's not something that anybody would pick up on, and I don't have it noted anywhere else except for inside of my brain. But our clients' data is in IT glue, which is similar to LastPass. You can integrate it into your browser and get the extension where it's similar to Google passwords and how it autofills. does the same thing as long as you're signed in to it and you've given those permissions. Um, Many normal users use Google Password Manager, and you can't open them unless you enter the device's user. So like even if the computer got compromised, right? And someone went in and started trying to like open up those passwords, unless they know, your user profile password, but that's another good piece of advice. If your user profile on your computer doesn't have a password, add one of those and make it hard to guess. Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, hi, Stephanie,
uh,
it's Rob. Listen, I wanted to ask you something. Every time you turn on a computer, every time I keep on getting constant pop-ups, and I have to click on it, and it's like goes for days and days if I don't use
Yeah.
the computer. How do you stop that?
Well, we can look at two things. We can look at your startup apps in Task Manager, and then, basically shut off whatever doesn't have to be open when you start up the computer. And then also, in the browser, I would probably clear your browsing history, and then set Chrome. There's been a new update in Chrome. This is also something important. Um, there's been a new update in Chrome and there's also like these malicious browsers that get installed, like Waves browser. There's just, if you notice that all of a sudden you're searching on Yahoo, you know that you've probably been affected by one of these browser specific malwares, right?
Yeah.
But there is a way then go back into the settings and change it so that way every time you open Chrome, it only opens the specific page that you want, and then you can change the search engine back to Google. I've had to do that quite a few times lately.
Yeah, Stephanie, when I was helping Rob with the settings on his computer the other day, I saw he had something from Roblox. And I'm like, I know that's not something you would be playing on the computer. So I
I
deleted that.
let's Yeah, good. Let's schedule some time. I'll stick on the line for a few minutes after and we'll plan some time maybe for early next week for like a full PC cleanup.
Okay.
Take a look at it.
Good.
Yeah.
Howard, to get into the intros for Justin. Okay, let's get into the intros for Justin so he knows who everyone is. Stephanie, you stay on. Everybody's going to want to talk to you.
all right. Any other? I just got to.
I know. So did I. Intros for Justin.
What?
Intros.
Relax. What do you want me to do?
The intro, so Justin knows who everyone is.
Absolutely. We're going to start now. I wanted to thank Stephanie for the presentation. Man, I'm telling you.
I know.
I want to start with Jason. Jason had the president of the company with him, but he disappeared again. Go ahead, Jason.
30 years, 30 years.
I'm telling you.
Jason, you're up.
Yep. Good morning, everybody. Jason Hirth from Clark Hirth CPAs. We're an accounting firm, and we specialize working with restaurants, anything from a single unit up to one of our largest groups is a 50-unit group. We also work with some franchisors. We work with franchisees, runs the gamut. Our main thing is business, preparation of business income taxes. We also work with personal income taxes. We're able to do financial statements. Some of our clients need either compiled, reviewed, or audited financials. Either they have either bank covenants or our franchisors need those for their FDD. And then along the way, we're doing tax planning to keep the money in our client's pocket and out of Uncle Sam's. So we can be reached at email is jason@clarkhirth.com or phone number is 860-490-6404. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. John Bunn, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Great process there, Stephanie. And we use Stephanie and Mark. Mark was here for quite a long time a week ago, and we put in new switches, new wires, and 3 new computers. So definitely highly recommend them. He stuck it out. He was here for a long time. It was a wild run, but I'll tell you, it was good. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the Bunn Company. We manufacture the string tying machines that you see everywhere, tying bakery boxes, pork roast, beef roast, rotisserie chicken. Literally anything you can think of, we tie it. Whether it's heavy or soft or hard, we've got materials that can work amazingly around the products. It's safe, it's simple to use. If you want to secure your delivery foods from people that get in and snack on your food, the twine is very strong. It'll hold and carry the products. Um, it also gives you a tight, secured knot that cannot be duplicated by hand. So you don't have the needs for stickers and things that fall off or people can replace very easily. So if you want to learn more about it, give us a shout. It's 1-800-222-BUNN, B-U-N-N. Our website is bunntyco.com. It's BUNNTYCO.com. And our email is info@bunntyco.com. We're a fifth generational business made in America. So give us a shout. We'll help you out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Matt, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good to see y'all. Stephanie, thanks for that. I'm a big user of an authenticator on all my stuff. So Matt Freed here with EHS Recruiting Company. We've been helping companies grow in people's careers for the past 30 years, mostly in hospitality. We have branched out into C-suites with all the hospitality and hotels, and into healthcare and engineering and things like that. But our main line is helping hospitality, helping companies grow by finding them the right people and helping them keep those people. We work on a contingency basis, so the risk is on all of us. If you have any clients that are interested in maybe looking at services, I'm happy to consult about what services are. I'm also happy to help teams learn how to do some searching on their own if they're willing to do that. mfreed@ehsrecruitingcompany.com, 941-993-7610.
Okay, thank you. Steve Geller, good morning.
Good morning, all. Steve Geller, Leasing Solutions, Palisades, New York. I'm in the commercial finance business, principally equipment finance, and I do all size transactions nationwide. I have some international connections as well. I can be reached at 845-362-6106. I funded 2 transactions this week, and for a food truck and a car wash. So those are 2 big deals this week. And I have another one that's funding shortly for a truck repair cleaner, a cleaning device for a truck. So that's what I've done this week.
Okay, thank you. Fred, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Fred Bean. I'm founder and CEO of Hotel Ports, as well as Bean and Telesphere Group and Big Foundation. I am also on the executive board of the Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce and the chairman of the Tourism and Hospitality Council. Specific to restaurants, actually, I just wrote an article earlier this week about a conversation that I had with a hotelier at a board meeting, and it was about the World Cup, because this hotelier had made budget for the first time in 2 years, he told me. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. The hotel must be full. He was like, oh, no, the hotel's not full at all. The hotel's horrible. But the F&B, the restaurant, it's killing it. It's what's making our numbers right now, which is actually pretty incredible, especially since all we hear are horror stories about restaurants closing and F&B having a really hard time. And these were the guys over at the Clevelander. And so, they're obviously a little bit different as it relates to things, but the fact that they've made their numbers for the first time in 2 years and the hotel occupancy is in the 30s, that's pretty impressive, even for what we're dealing with right now. So anyway, I can be reached at 305-523-9434 or at hotelport.com on The Big Idea at Fred Bean at LinkedIn. And of course, please do feel free to connect with me at LinkedIn. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Thank you.
Thank
Fred,
you.
that was a terrific post on LinkedIn.
Thank you.
Good job.
Appreciate it.
I know I don't have to say this to you guys, but during the week, I sent references or leads to 3 people from my groups, and the person that I introduced the 3 people to is not going to be a member yet. And the point that I'm making is, when you talk to somebody at a meeting during the week, you're not talking to them only. You're talking to the people that they know. So that's the point. So, like I said, I don't have to say that to you guys because you guys are great networkers, but that's the way this works. Ben, good morning.
Hi, everybody. Ben Fisher, Zivzo Marketing Group. We do advertising, video production, websites. We do full service marketing. We advertise businesses like everyone who's in this group, their business. We do a lot of restaurants because I had a few dozen of them. And we also pay fees for anybody who could deliver a client to us. 10% year one, 12.5% year two, and 15% year three, and any years beyond that. We also am offering discounts to you guys as well. That's my story, and have a great weekend.
Okay, thank you. Bill, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bill Clement. I'm with Wise Energy Solutions. I help commercial businesses and restaurants here in Florida, bakeries, breweries, and the like, to help them save money on their gas bill. Gas is deregulated here in Florida. Appreciate those who have sent me leads, and I'm working on them. And Brad, I left you a message, but Will, my number is 813-455-4079. I always appreciate networking with people. And again, thank you, Howard, for sending me that lead.
Thank you. Kevin, good morning.
Morning, everybody. Kevin Anderson, Strategic Supply Chain Partners. We are a full-service hospitality consulting company. We specialize in helping small to mid-size restaurant, hotel groups, assisted living companies with how they're structured inside their distribution agreements with their broadline distributors. We take their data, we analyze their data, we renegotiate their distribution agreements directly with their incumbent, and in many cases, we move them to a new distributor. We are saving an average of 10% from what they're currently spending on the items they bring into distribution through distribution. And the cool thing about what we do is we do not charge a fee. There's no hourly rate, no project costs, no fee whatsoever. We just go find money, save money, and we share in the savings. That's how we get compensated. Check us out at www.ssc.partners, or you can call me directly at 407-497-9495.
Thank you. Bruce, good morning. I got you drinking.
Good morning, everyone. Bruce Silver, HRXnetwork.com. We are your cure for HR. We help employers to minimize their costs and maximize their workforce. And I like to say we make managing their employees as easy as ABC. We streamline their employment administration, we enhance their employee benefits, and we make sure that they're in compliance so there's no surprises when wage and hour or any issues that might come along as an employer. So you can reach me at 561-843-4333. And I just want to say how grateful I am for this group. I've worked with Sven. He's got a great platform. Everybody should check out what he makes available. And of course, Ada has been keeping me focused on my marketing. So it's just been terrific. And thanks again, Howard. And I love your new background, Howard.
Long time, baby. Let's go to
Looks good.
Jose, if you're there, or Melina. There she is.
Hi, good morning. It's me today. Happy to be here. Great presentation, Stefanie. Super important information. So my name is Melina Oliva, and I am the COO of Direct Processing Network. We are a full service point of sale and payment system solution provider. So we help virtually any kind of business, but we love helping our restaurants, food and beverage, hospitality businesses as well, because we get to do a lot on our end in terms of helping them manage their business as a whole, whether it comes to their employees, their menus, any inventory if they keep product, things like that, and just their day-to-day operations, like integrations into things that are super important, Uber Eats, Postmates, all of that good stuff. We take care of everybody in-house, so we have that local support here in Miami, but we do help businesses all throughout the United States, as well as Canada, Puerto Rico, and we're expanding more and more into international business as well, which we're really excited about. So yes, you can reach us at info@directprocessingnetwork.com, or you could also give us a call at 855-955-6111. Thank you.
Thank you. John Marinek, good morning.
Good morning, John Marinek Food Service Consultants. I'm sorry I was late. I was in another project, but we design restaurants and we consult. So if you need anything designed, we're the people to call. We can usually have a quick turnaround for you, and we know all the codes and all the issues that you're going to face. So give us a call. We've been in business a long time. 954-817-1183.
Let's go to Rob and Helen.
Yeah, hi, Delicious Spoonfuls. We're a nonprofit 501c3. We train in people with autism and Down syndrome to work in a mobile ice cream cart business. We do events all over Florida.
South Florida.
Next week, Friday the 17th, at Ford's Garage and Plantation. We're being honored. They're doing a charity for us.
Fundraiser.
Legacy Insurance. There'll probably be about 80 people there. If you want to attend, please attend. We're also doing a special event at Nama. It's a kosher Japanese restaurant in Glades Road. We're going to be honored with a certificate from APD, Aid Persons with Disabilities. Agency for Persons with Disability. Bob Estalos will be down there. Be a bunch of politicians there, and we'll tell you when the event and date is going to be happening. So, Helen, do you want to add anything?
We are doing a fundraiser to get a van, so we're not so limited in places we can go. We're looking to expand into making our own ice cream and to getting coffee at our events through Mike Newkirk, who generously gave us samples like crazy. We love his coffee. And I want to thank everybody who's been there to help us, including
Howard,
Stefanie and Mark have been amazing.
And Howard and
Terry.
Terry as well. Memory goes after a while. Anyway, it's a great organization. And what I like about this, especially with any kind of networking this is a real super functional networking organization because you get things done and you help people. And if you want to reach me, 561-676-2075 and Helen's 561-676-2078. Have a great day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I want to go to Justin. Just want to double back to you if you want to add anything to what you said prior.
Yeah, no, I put some information down into the chat, how to contact email focused chef, FOCUSED, 813@gmail.com. Culinary LLC is called Foodie Fraternity. That is exactly what, working 2.5 years, like I said, with Play Sporting Lounge and getting them off the ground, was kind of the hub that I was kind of working out of. So please, if there's any needs, restaurants, menus, recipe, kitchen design, training, all those things, anything back of the house needs, I'm your guy. So contact is in the chat, like I said. And once again, thank you for having me. This is an awesome group. Awesome group.
Come back anytime you like.
Thank you so much. Do appreciate that.
No problem. Before we leave, I want to show everybody something that, as you all know, that today's restaurant news, July is the 30th anniversary of the beginning of our company, the beginning of publishing. And we appreciate everybody that patted us on the back during the week. But I want to show you something that we're starting in our next issue, and I need your help on it. So hopefully this shows. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what we call the Today's Restaurant News Forum. And what this is the restaurant industry and people who are in the industry have other interests other than just cooking or scheduling or being in a restaurant. And they have other issues and other problems that might be bothering them, as well as business questions. So what we're doing, we're starting a forum where anybody can send us an email with a question, a comment, an issue, and we will try to answer it. And the beauty of this is, especially, let's say Justin has an issue with an employee that's giving him a hard time, whatever. And he sends us in the question. I can take that question and come back to you guys with the question and get an answer from an expert. So it's like a forum with a little bit of advice column, but it's going to be more like Ask the Expert, and that's behind the scenes. So if you could, if you have an issue, a comment, or anything like that, send us an email at info@trnusa.com. We'll take a look at it. We'll publish it in the next month's issue and get you an answer. Everybody read. Any comments?
You sure you don't want to put politics in there?
Yeah, Matt, you're right. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I wouldn't go there. I mean,
we have Florida and New York.
Have you been on LinkedIn lately? My God, it's a fucking cesspool now.
That's good stuff.
Well, I got one comment on the internet. I did this, put it out unlimited, and I got a comment from somebody who wasn't even in this country, and they said it's about time the industry had a forum where people could talk. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, if you have an issue, send it to me as soon as you can, so that I can get it ready for publication and answer.
I think it's a great idea, Howard, and even letting them. One thing I didn't see in the flyer, I'm just being critical. You know me, is the fact that you have a powerhouse of years of experience. You have the experts here, and if one of us isn't individually an expert, together we're experts, on topics. So letting people know they're throwing into a forum where you have hundreds of years of experience and experts to come up with an answer I think it makes it more powerful. It's a powerful thing.
I hope everybody else sees it that way.
I like it too.
Good. Send comments. And it can be anything. I mean, we'll try not to make it political, but if it is, it is. It doesn't matter.
When are you launching it?
In the August issue.
Okay.
But we're going taking questions now so that we can answer it.
Right. Is there a separate email account? How are you doing it?
No, it's good. You can send it directly to me if you want, but for the general public, info@trnusa.com.
How would we see the question?
It will be published in the paper in the column.
Oh, okay. All right.
And if you have any suggestions on how to do it better, I'm open. And I got to be honest, this whole idea came from a documentary I watched on Hugh Hefner when he was starting Playboy, and it was amazing how many problems he had that we had when we started. Of course, besides the girls.
I think I remember it, the Playboy Forum.
Yeah, exactly right. So
it could certainly segue into a podcast. And that could be pretty exciting, having this turn into a podcast where we're just open and live on the, on a channel. We're having
Right.
these and people pose
Right,
questions.
right.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yep, I like it too.
Terry, I wanted to ask you something. Are we up line now?
Oh,
No, we're still. Let me end the meeting. Then unless you want it online.
Yeah, do you want it recorded?
No.
Right, so
I
hold on.
actually, it's an important topic, and I really
All right,
wanted to
hold
talk
on.
to you about.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for coming. Terry, I'm going to pass you by for this week.
thank you.
But
Thank
oh
you
no,
all. Have a great week.
Terry,
Justin, anytime you want to come back, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
good seeing you, Chef.
And we
We'll
did.
see you all
Kevin.
next week. Let the sauce be with you.